Good afternoon. Please remain standing for the national anthem. You may be seated. Please note that in case of an emergency, the exit signs are clearly marked at the back of the theater. Take a minute and look and see where that is. The handicap exit is directly to the rear of the theater to the right. At this time, we ask that everyone please silence any electronic devices you have, cell phones and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased to announce Dr. Peter Viscusi, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs.
Thank you, Dr. Mainland, for your role as Grand Marshal in today's ceremony, and also for your leadership and dedication as a faculty member. To you, our students, it is now my great pleasure to extend Concord's welcome to this assembly, the 2017 Freshman Convocation. We are pleased to have with us this afternoon several individuals who will not have a specific role in the program, but who are very important to the Concord family. Let me introduce them now. First, I would like to welcome a very special guest, Dr. Jerry Beasley, President Emeritus. Dr. Beasley. We are also pleased to have with us today several members of the West Virginia Legislature, Senator Mark Maynard and Delegate Marty Gerhardt. Would you please stand? Next, our Board of Governors members are individuals who are either appointed by the governor or elected by their fellow constituents within the university. All Board of Governors members provide leadership and direction for the university and serve without remuneration. Will all board members, past and present, please rise? The Concord University Foundation is managing over $37 million in assets because of the generosity of Concord's alumni, donors, friends, and the business community. Over $1 million in scholarships are awarded to deserving students each academic year through the foundation. In addition, many campus capital projects are financially assisted through the work of the foundation. Several of the board of directors are here today and are Concord alumni who donate their time and finances to mark the great university we have. Will they please stand? I would also like to recognize the center of our academic excellence at Concord, the dedicated men and women faculty who are seated before me and who have made this day possible for all of us. Would all of the Concord University faculty, as well as those who are retired and emeriti, please stand to receive our welcome and appreciation. In addition to the faculty, I would like to acknowledge the dedicated staff members who truly are the backbone of the university and who serve students in a variety of ways. Would all staff, as well as those who are retired and emeriti, please stand and be recognized. And finally, the most important group on campus and the reason why each of us are here today, the students. Please stand and accept our welcome into the Mountain Lion family. It is now my honor to introduce the 12th president of Concord University, Dr. Kendra Boggess. Dr. Boggess's energy, enthusiasm, and dedication to the mission of Concord University continues to be inspirational to each of us. It is my honor to introduce her to you now.
Thank you very much, and welcome to each of you today. It's wonderful to see you here. There are a few things that I wanted to mention to you. I guess 3 topics I want to address with you today. First, I'm here to say welcome and let you know how glad we are to see you and how excited we are about getting to know you and about helping you succeed in your studies and move on through your life in a more successful way. It's a very exciting time to be a Mountain Lion. I wanted to mention that we have some very enthusiastic alumni who have been posting signs all over Princeton and Athens to welcome students to the university. And we encourage you to take a selfie of yourselves with one or all of these signs and use the hashtag #CUAtCU for a chance to win one of many prizes that will be awarded. Look for more information in your Concord email. And that takes me to the Concord email is your official email that we use to contact you. Now, I know some of you have Hotmail and Gmail and all kinds of other mail, but the way that we contact you is generally Concord email. I know that all of you use Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We don't all use those every single time, but we do, when we want to get in touch with you, use Concord email. So check it from time to time. Your faculty members over here, these people who are going to challenge you and who are going to work with you, they will want you to be able to stay in touch with them. And that's the official way by which we do that. In the next 2 years, you're going to experience new windows into your life as freshmen and sophomores, including feelings that you're going to deal with now in moving away from home. I met several of you this morning that had kind of a little bit of a lost look on your face. Even if you're not that far away, it's a change, and it's different for you, and we realize that. You're going to be studying harder than you've ever studied before, and I guarantee you these people over here are the ones that are going to do that with and for you. You're going to be working harder. You want to achieve reasonable grades or better than reasonable grades in your classes. You're going to be making new friends. And all of these things equal personal growth. And that's what you're here to try to accomplish. Second, you've taken the first step in building West Virginia's new economy. We all know that West Virginia is in a challenging time. And having an education, a higher education, is really important. Recently, statistics were published. Let me ask you, what percentage of West Virginians you believe have 4-year degrees? 30%? How many think 30%? Who said 60? Did somebody say 60? How about 30? How about 20? How about 12%. By starting your career here and finishing, you raise that number for the state. And we desperately need well-qualified, highly motivated, intelligent, well-educated people to build the economy here. So I encourage you to take that seriously. It's important, especially now, to be able to do that. By getting your education, a four-year degree, you're going to change the lives of people in your family, of your children someday, of your whole family tree, if you go about doing that. So this education that you obtain will open more doors for you, and the higher you go, the more doors that will be opened. We have a group of people that I don't think we acknowledged a minute ago, well, we did, but they didn't stand up, our alumni. We've got a group of people right here. You all stand up. These are people who came to Concord years ago, sat in your seats, went on, and they became quite successful in the fields that they chose, and we appreciate them being here, and we appreciate their support over many, many years. They still look to their time here at Concord, I hope, with very good memories, and I think that it served them well to come here. Thank you all. It's my hope that this is only the beginning of your educational endeavors, because West Virginia needs your talents, and a high school diploma is just not going to be enough. Remember while you're here, however, that beyond an education, you also need some essential employability skills. And some of you already have that. Some of you already have had jobs, and some of you are working now, and they're important. Things like communication. More and more today in careers, people want to know that you can communicate well, and they want to know it before you go to work for them. They want you to be able to work in teams, to have logic and, frankly, common sense. So work on those skills while you're here. Do pay attention to acquiring them. Finally, today we want to formally induct you into Concord University. In doing so, we're going to try to provide you with a wealth of life-changing and life-deepening opportunities. The more effort and open-mindedness you bring to the task, the more this remarkably rich culture will yield for you, though the full value of it may take decades for you to realize. We also pass along a gift of immense, immeasurable value, one that previous generations have passed down to us. Each generation of students, faculty, staff, alumni, and parents, and our friends have enhanced the value of this university's degree programs. In the dedication to their duties and the place itself, each of them have added depth and dimension. Many of them have given of their time, their talent, and their treasures. The impact of their generosity is all around you in the quality and capabilities of our faculty, in the range of depth of curricular and extracurricular programs, in the beauty of the campus and the functionality of the facilities, and in 1,000 other ways that are less perceptible, but nonetheless, most certainly redound to our repute and ennoble our mission. Today, the generations of Concord University bequeath this gift to you, the class of 2021. In philanthropic support alone, we estimate, as was mentioned earlier, the sum total of their support through our foundation to be a stunning $37 million. And if that doesn't sound, if you're not sure how to judge that, we have the third largest foundation in West Virginia, behind WVU and Marshall. And for a small regional institution, that is something to be very, very proud of. Today, we ask only that you enjoy that gift and make the most of it in every way possible while you're here. But when you leave and start to benefit from what you've been given and what you've earned here, we ask you to begin to think about doing for the next generation what the previous one did for you. The farther you go down the road and the more you achieve, the more we hope you'll reflect on the gift that was presented to you. To date, each generation has left a greater gift than the one it has received. We hope and trust that your generation will do the same. In presenting this gift to you of the generations passed on, we remind you that the future greatness of this institution, in fact of this state, is now in your hands. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our keynote speaker, Mrs. Christy McGinnis. She's a graduate of Concord University, and over the years it's been my privilege to watch her progress in her career following graduation. If you look in your program, there's a bio of her. She has just been named Market President of the Charleston region for BB&T, and it wasn't that long ago that she was here as a student. She's worked hard. She's continued to learn. In fact, she's just told me that she's in banking school right now down at another institution she may mention. And she's advanced through every challenge, and Concord University is very proud of her and her accomplishments. Please help me welcome Christy to the microphone.
Wow. To be asked to deliver this speech today, I can't even put into words what it was like. As Dr. Bogus mentioned a few weeks ago, I was studying on the campus at Wake Forest University, studying finance. Dr. Islam has also offered some help. Thank you very much. My phone rings, and it's the president of my university. How often does that happen? So I answered, and she said, "Christy, I'd really like for you to come and talk to the freshman class of 2017. And I said, "Well, sure, Dr. Bogus, I'd love to. I'll be there." And I hung up the phone and went back to the group of folks that I was studying with and told them what had just happened. And the first question was, "That's great, Christy, but what are you going to say?" Well, that's when it sunk in. My palms started to get sweaty, started to get a little red around the neck. What was I going to say? What could I possibly stand here at the podium at Concord University and talk to a group of freshmen about? What could I offer to you? So I thought about it. I talked with a lot of friends of mine. I talked with folks who I know who are entering their freshman year, either here at Concord or at other universities in the Southeast, about what would be impactful for you to hear. So what I've stumbled upon is to share a little bit with you about what I did at my time here on the Campus Beautiful and how I am where I am today. It's all started 17 years ago. I sat in the seat. I sat there looking up at the stage, glazed over, thinking, what is this person talking about? I don't remember them. I don't expect you to remember me. What I hope you do, though, is take a few things away from you. Work hard. You have earned the right to be here where you are today. And the folks sitting right beside of you, they've earned that right too. Know that they're your friends, but they're also going to be your competition here at Concord, but also in the workforce. Spend your time getting to know your professors, like Dr. Bogus mentioned. They're going to be here to challenge you, but also to help you. Along the way, know that the relationships that you're building here will help you in your career. I cannot tell you the number of times that I have reached back out to professors that I had when I was on campus that I've developed those relationships with to ask for advice in my career and to get to where I am today. The other thing that I will tell you is to practice patience, and that's probably the hardest thing for me. My husband actually laughed at me when I told him that I was going to stand up here and tell you that to practice patience, but he knows me a little too well. One of my favorite authors, John Gordon, recently published a new book on leadership, and in it he says that we teach the things we need to learn the most. And as I was reading that and preparing for this speech, patience was really one of them. And you're here, you're a freshman, you're probably looking at your watch thinking, when is she going to get over the speech? When am I going to get out of here and get to have fun? Or when am I going to get on to my next challenge? Whatever that may be. But practice patience, because that will serve you better than anything. Think of yourself, as John describes in his book, think of yourself as a seed. You are being planted today, and you need the time to mature and to grow. It's only then that you will have the opportunity to peak at the right time. While it may not be your time, it will be the right time for you to fully blossom. So remember that as you're being challenged in your classes, as you're being challenged with an outside situation, just remember that you will peak at the right time. The last thing that I want to share with you is really to enjoy the journey. You are going to college at the most beautiful campus in the United States, as far as I'm concerned. It's not called the Campus Beautiful for no reason, but be present while you're here. Be present with your professors, be present with your fellow classmates, and be present wherever you are. That means putting down the phone, that means not playing on Twitter or Instagram or whatever the new app is that comes out next week, because I'm sure there's something. But just be present and get to know the folks that are around you. There will always be distractions. Whatever those distractions are, when you work hard, practice patience, and are present in the moment, I know that you will be successful. I look forward to following you through your career here at Concord University. I am excited to see what happens in 2021 when you walk across the stage. And with that, I say congratulations and best wishes for a wonderful freshman year.
I would now like to introduce you to Dr. Kelly Hudson and the Concord University Concords, and they will take a few minutes to teach you the university alma mater.
Okay, first of all, you may be wondering, what is the alma mater? It's a song. Okay, and it's kind of the, most universities have one, it's kind of the theme song and the song of appreciation for your school. And ours is called Concord We Hail Thee, okay? And we're gonna take some time to learn it. Look in your programs, are the words to the alma mater in the program? Oh, they are. Good, the program I got didn't have them. Awesome. Okay, so when you graduate from Concord University, you have to sing this in order to graduate. No, I'm just kidding. Well, what I was going to say is that our alumnus Christi is going to come and lead us in the alma mater here. Because so we're going to sing it for you once, then you are going to sing it, and then we'll sing it all together. Okay? You guys have to sing too. Nice job. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to end with a little plug for our own program. Auditions for this ensemble are happening this week. If you're interested, come and talk to me.
In 4 years, you are going to graduate from Concord University and you are going to become loyal members of the Concord University Alumni Association. And I would like to have the board please stand to be recognized. Alumni Association. Thank you very much for joining us at the 2017 Freshman Convocation. We want each of you to have a very successful semester and want you to know we are all here to help you succeed. We have high expectations for you, and you will need to use all your energy and enthusiasm to focus on your goals. The faculty, staff, and administration here are to help you and serve you. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce Dr. Sarah Beasley, Director of Retention.
Good afternoon. How many of you remember the survey that you took at orientation this past summer or spring? I hope you all took it. We do actually look at those. We use them to help us better advise you and to get a picture of what you're like as a class. So I'm going to share with you a brief snapshot of your freshman class, the CU class of 2021. So one of the things we asked what you were most looking forward to at Concord. Many of you are most excited about meeting new people, new experiences, and learning new things, but you're also worried, a lot of you are worried about fitting in. All students worry about belonging in college at first. Ask any upperclassmen, and if they tell you otherwise, they're lying. But over time, everyone really comes to feel at home. One way to feel even more at home is to get involved in campus life, clubs or groups or volunteering. We know that students who get involved are more likely to be successful in college. Also study, you'll hear this a lot. Most of you spent 10 or fewer hours studying each week in high school, which is great, but in college, for every 1 hour in class, you should probably spend about 2 to 3 hours outside of class studying. We offer workshops on study skills, or you can always stop by the Academic Success Center and we can work with you about how to study. And remember, your professors have high expectations and are challenging you because they believe you have the ability to meet those expectations. So don't be discouraged by failure. We all fail. And don't let the fear of failure prevent you from trying. We also asked you on the survey what concerns you about college. Many of you are worried about feeling overwhelmed by classes and the workload or difficulty. We have lots of resources, drop-in tutoring for every freshman level course on campus and many upper level courses as well. Professors have office hours and are always willing to help. We have 24/7 online tutoring. So if you're worried about a class, start going to tutoring and getting help now rather than waiting. Also start or join study groups with your classmates. Many of you are also concerned about managing time and balancing school with other aspects of your life, work or maybe family. Concord can help with that too. You'll be successful at Concord if you work hard, as Christy said, if you ask for help. There's so many people on campus, faculty, staff, who are willing to help, just need to ask. And if you learn strategies like study skills and time management and get involved, and remember you belong here at Concord. Thank you. And it's my pleasure, I forgot this last year and I almost did it again, but it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Margie Flanagan, Vice President of Student Affairs and Dean of Students at Concord.
Thank you, Sarah. And to the class of 2021, welcome. I'm here to talk about the freshman tree planting, and it was interesting that Christy used the analogy of roots, because that's what we're going to talk about. The freshman tree planting has special significance as a Concord University tradition. For our first-year students, it serves as a symbol for the roots you're forming as you begin your undergraduate journey, and it establishes your special contribution to the campus beautiful. Throughout your stay at Concord, you'll witness this tree's growth, much as the faculty and staff, along with your families and friends, will witness your growth. It does not happen all at once, but gradually, and sometimes so subtly that you may not even notice, we'll miss the changes. When you return to Concord as alums, your tree's height will serve as a reminder of your years here and your own growth and development as a student, a professional, and as a person. As you sit here today, it may be difficult to grasp the importance of this moment. This convocation officially welcomes you into the Concord University family. You may fail to sense your place in history or the presence of the thousands of other students who sat in these very same seats as you, or different chairs in different venues at Concord, ready to embark on their educational journey. But this tree planting is a reminder of those who came before you. In the spring of 1915, over 100 years ago, the trees known as the pines were planted by the agricultural and botany classes. Some of the trees were cut down when the Student Center was built in the 1960s, and they were milled and became part of the alumni lounge that's on the third floor of the Student Center. In 2007, we started the Concord University tree planting ceremony again, and since then, every class has taken part in this celebration. We hope this tradition continues long after we all are gone from these campus paths. With the risk of extending an analogy too far, please bear with me as our tree symbol is extended. Today, as you begin your Concord University experience, please picture the underground growth symbolized by the roots you are establishing, the roots of knowledge, service, citizenship, friendship, honor, and integrity. These are the pillars upon which your tree grows and upon which your Concord education stands. By nurturing your roots, you ensure your continued growth, development, and longevity. Your tree, the graduating class of 2021, is the red obelisk European beech. According to the literature, your tree displays dramatic purple foliage each fall. The red obelisk prefers cool summers and prefers sun, but is shade tolerant. It grows in the north from Canada down to the upper half of the U.S. and is fully hardy throughout the United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand. Eventually, and with proper care, your tree should reach 40 feet in height. The tree will be a tall, thin, and beautiful deciduous tree. This year's planting completes a triangular tree shape across the sidewalk between the Fine Arts Building and the Carter Center. You should know that by planting the red obelisk, you are adding your own special signature to the campus beautiful. So again, on behalf of the faculty, staff, and your fellow students, welcome to the Concord University family. And let me just add that what's going to happen is the graduating class of 2021 are going to participate in this ceremony. When you leave here, go out the doors to your left, in between here and the Carter Center, and we have it set up for you. Andrew Solzit and team and the maintenance folks have the tree ready to go. So thank you once again, welcome, and remember to exit left when we leave.
If the audience would please remain seated, the faculty please rise for the recessional. Audience should remain seated for the recessional. And afterwards, students are invited to exit the building through the glass doors on the left, outside in the lobby, or for the tree planting ceremony.